Good morning to everybody. Hello, Rhonda. You see, it seems like forever. Hola, que pasa, Valentine? Buenos dias, if you will. What's good? Little hog, little hog, little hog. Hey, I decided to get on live today because I have, drum roll please, a special PSA for everybody in the tubage. Now, this PSA is being sponsored by a mentee. This is no shot at the, and speaking of mentees, anybody in the gang, feel free to, I'm in the voice right now. Feel if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to join me in the voice, unmute, and say, hey, Tim, I got a question. Hey, Tim, I got a question. Let's do this. Or feel free to type something in the Discordia. Is it going to let it get, it's not small enough. It's not small enough. It's not small enough. I won't be able to see. I was trying to put it where I can see it, but I'm just going to put y'all over here. What's up, Deborah? What's up, Michelle? What's up, Callio? So, what is the PSA? Oh, I was saying that it was being sponsored, brought to you by one of your gang members. And before I proceed with that, let me go on full screen and say, this is in no way a jab at the individual. This is a PSA. As you see, this is a PSA for everybody on Al Gore's internet. All right. Just wanted to get that out there. The job of a good mentor is to stop you from making the same mistakes that they made. All right. Stop you from making the same mistakes that they made. As you see here, as I talk, the ES, that purple line right there, that purple line is the weekly open. And I got that line pretty far over there. Whoa. Oh, let me get it. That's our weekly open. That's why I marked that out. It's on 1 minute. 15 minute, as y'all know, when I'm going to get to the PSA in a minute. 15 minute, 5 minute, and this is the 1 minute. Okay. Or whatever I decide to put it on. Okay. The job of a good mentor, and we've attacked yesterday's low. So we've attacked yesterday's low. I was trying to get short right here, but it never retraced back into the fair value gap because when I looked up, I had missed this area right here. Once we came back down below, once we attacked this sell side, there was equal lows. I was up trading during the London, and I got left on a long coming up. And so I was like, I'm going to try to get short back to these equal lows. We left these equal lows right here. And I was like, we are going to take those equal lows. And then I marked out the weekly open. So once we take the weekly lows, the equal lows, the only thing we had was the rest of this imbalance and the yesterday's low. So I was like, okay, yesterday's low is below the weekly low. So I want to see, if when we get down past the weekly low and how price reacts to it. That's why I marked it out. And that's an update on the charts. Okay, so I shared something in the Discordia today for the mentees, right? I shared something for the mentees, and one of the mentees asked, you know, why was I trying to get into the trade? What was my, I can't remember exactly how it was. What was your idea behind the trade? That was the question, right? Now, this is what I shared. Don't want to put it full screen. Okay. This is what I shared. Move out of the way. I'll move this. Oh. This is what I shared. I said, hey, everyone, this happens more. Jesus Christ. Okay. I said, hey, everyone, this happens more than you would think. So condition yourself now not to chase price or get frustrated. For those who don't know what this pick, matter of fact, let me open the picture while I read this. Okay. For those who, make sure y'all still see that. Yes. For those, where are we? For those who don't know what this picture is, allow me to elaborate. The green and red box right here, the green and red box on the trading view, green and red rectangle on the trading view chart is a projection tool, and it shows the entry, the stop loss, and the profit target for a trade that I want to take. The light blue line on the NinjaTrader chart is my limit order that did not get filled. As you see, price came to 52.14.50, but did not pick me up. Pick me up means execute my limit order. Be advised, price will often have to pass your limit order by at least one tick to cover the spread. I'm tired of looking over there. It's hurting my neck to try to look that way and move the mouse over here. Right? Price, be advised, price will often have to go past your limit price by at least one tick to cover the spread being the difference between the bid and the ask on very liquid markets like the ES or NQ. The bid and the ask can be seen on the NinjaTrader. Can be seen on the right side of the NinjaTrader chart, just below the ATM strategy, where I'm moving my mouse at over here, right? And for those who may not know, the bid is the price that buyers are willing to pay, and the ask is the price that sellers are willing to take, right? So that's what I shared with the mentees. Now, I shared this with the mentees with the purpose of saying, hey, this is a part of trading, and this is a part of price that people don't really talk about, right? Speaking of price, let's look at price. We're just kind of dilly-dallying right now. We're kind of consolidating right here at yesterday's low. We're consolidating at yesterday's low. Let's look at came down, touched into this area of consolidation right here. This is on the 15-minute chart we're looking at right now. Came down into this area of 15-minute consolidation from prior days right here, this area here. Came down to that, and we've stopped there. All right. Looking at this could be a very sloppy market maker sell model, extremely sloppy. If we want to push past that, have sell side under that. We also have some sell side under these lows right here. Again, this could be a very sloppy market maker sell model. It's ugly, not very pretty on the 15-minute, but there's sell side resting right up under here. All right. Let's see how price reacts to this area of consolidation that we're sitting in right now. All right, just chilling out just a little bit. On the 1 minute, it's a consolidation. 5 minute, we just kind of pausing. Oh, this is the wrong. The wrong over here. The ES got the wrong thing over here. I'm like, why that look different? ESM 2024. Okay. Y'all ain't tell me that. What's other charts over here had the wrong ES charts on it. Okay. Now we got the current thing there. 15-minute, 5 minute, 1 minute. Okay. So and like I say, it's not a knock at the mentee. The job of a good mentor, right? The job of a good mentor is to stop you from making the same mistakes that they made. And a mistake that I made when I first started trading was I felt like if I knew why a trader that I looked up to or I thought was a good trader, if I knew why they took their trades, I thought that was going to make me a better trader. I always want to know what made you take that trade. Hey, why did you get into that trade? What was your idea behind that trade? This is my PSA to everybody on Al Gore's internet. Knowing why your favorite trader got into a trade will not make you a better trader. Not in the slightest bit. Won't help you at all. But Tim, what's the point of having a mentor because the mentor is there to help you avoid the pitfalls that they went through. They're there to help guide you to your path. They're there to help you cut down your learning curve. They're not there to tell you this is why I'm doing it. They're there to help you internalize whatever the process is so that you can say, this is why I do it. A mentor is not a Xerox. They're not trying to make carbon copies, or they're not trying to make exact copies or carbon copies or whatever of their self. A good mentor is trying to groom you, help cut down your learning curve, help you avoid potholes, and move on. So the reason why I say, and like I say, this is not a jab at the mentee. This is a PSA for everybody. The reason why I say that me posting the pick and posting, the purpose of that was to let them know when you're trading, sometimes you will get left. And this is why you're getting left. If it comes to your exact price, every blue moon, if it hit that price enough, it will pick you up because there's other orders in the system that's getting picked up every time it hit that price, right? But if it goes past that price, right, it's going to pick you up because now it's moving on to the next price and it's covering the spread. So it's going to pick you up then. Just let them know you will get left. This is the reason why you're getting left, because it has to go in a very liquid market like that. It only needs to go one tick. But if it's in not a liquid market where the spread may be 5 or 6 ticks or even 2 or 3 points, it may have to go way farther past your limit order to get you in. Because if you ever notice, when you hit market order, it never markets you in at the price. I ain't gonna say never, but 98% of the time, it doesn't market you in at the price that is at. It always, with the ES or the NQ, it always markets you in one tick away from what the price is at, right? Because it's covering that spread. That was the purpose of the post, and say, hey, don't chase the price. Stick to your plan. This just wasn't your trade. Just stay content in the thought that you had it right. Even though you got left, you had it right. You analyzed it right. You saw it right. Your strategy worked out. You saw it. Journal it. Go in and journal it. Journal how you're feeling about getting left. Right? Journal your frustration or your anger that you're feeling about getting left, but don't FOMO back in. Don't chase price. Don't. So this is the PSA again. Knowing why your favorite trader enters a trade is not going to help you. It won't make you better. Why not? Because that person took that trade based on something that's inside them, based on their analysis, based on their beliefs, based on what they see. And the biggest clue that you shouldn't even be asking that question is if you can't look at the chart and know exactly why they took the trade without asking them that, that's not your trade. That's not your strategy. It's not going to make sense to you. It's not going to help you. Yeah, I can explain it and you can say, oh, I understand that, but it's not going to help you. Why not? Because now a lot of people like myself, what I used to do, I used to try to go and find that exact trade every single time I'm looking at the charts now. Why? Because my favorite trader tried to take this trade. So that's got to work. So now I'm out there looking for that same trade every freaking time I start seeing it. Oh, this the trade that Tim took the other day. Wah, wah, wah. It didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? I don't know why it didn't work. You know why you don't know it didn't work out? Because it wasn't internalized in you from the beginning. You're just trying to copy a trade that somebody else made. Don't copy the trades. That's why I don't do call outs. The mentorship is not, I said in the beginning, is not to teach you how to trade. It's to teach you how to read price action. We're starting to break down a little bit from this consolidation on the 1 minute. We took out the sell side below the consolidation. We are coming close to the sell side that we marked out. Yes, that's the sell side that we just marked out. We're getting closer to that sell side that we just marked out. Let's go up and see what level that is. Let's go to the daily. Is that a daily low? That is. It's a daily low. That is the daily low from Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. That's the daily low from this Tuesday. The weekly low was made on Monday so far. Monday was the lowest we went this week. So we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now today. We are below the weekly open right now. If we were to close the day out, just say down here in this area down there, this would be what's considered a power of three, a bearish power of 3 week, where price opened. What's this? It's Tuesday. Why do I have that line there? That line should be over here. Why is that line there? Did I move it? Did I move my line? I put that line on the weekly open. At least I thought I did. It was like 4 something in the morning, so I could very well have put it in the wrong spot. Or I could have moved it. Okay, Sunday at 6 p.m. That's the open right there. I don't know where I had it at before. Anyway, so like I was saying, this would be what's considered a bearish power of 3 week, where we opened, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, close off of near the low, right? And I know you may look and say, Tim, we went down first. Yeah, we did go down first, but if we close down here, it's not which direction you went first. It's about the open, high, low, and close, right? That's what the power of 3 is about. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Tim, what are you saying? This is supposed to be tape reading, but it's turning into a fully realized teaching session right now. Okay, Tim, what are you saying? Right? So Monday, we opened and we went down. Tuesday, we went up. Wednesday, indecision. Thursday, took buy side and came down. Friday, now we seem to be pushing down. Depending on how we close today. If we close down here, bearish, right? That would be a power of 3, bearish power of 3. Why? Because the manipulation, right? The manipulation comes from where we open the false move of the week, meaning which side was the liquidity taken, and then we reversed, right? Which side did we take? Was liquidity taken and then we reversed, right? So this is the open here. Yeah, we came down, right? We came down, but then we went back above the open, right? So we've gone above the open, right? And then we left that buy side, but we took out the daily buy side. And then now we've come back down below the open, right? So if we close, just say, even if we don't come take out the weekly low, but just say we just close down here somewhere, right? That's going to give us a red candle from here down to this area, and with a low there and a long wick up top, right? So if we close down here, this move above price was the manipulation. That was manipulation. That move above price was manipulation. Why? Because it led you to believe that we was coming to take out this high, right? It led you to believe we was coming to take out this high right there. But we did. We stopped, and now we've come back down and inverted this daily fair value gap. So now that's looking, that's why I say it's looking more bearish now than in the beginning of the week. Right? It's looking more bearish now than in the beginning of the week. So it's looking like a bearish power of 3, because in the beginning of the week, we ran sell side, and then we blasted off toward the buy side, looking like, okay, run out these sell stops, push up, take out these buy stops, right? Got there by the buy stops, turned around, and now we've inverted. Well, we haven't inverted yet, but we're working on inverting this imbalance here. We came down, right? We came down to this daily order block, pushed back up and closed above the imbalance yesterday, totally respecting it, right? So totally respecting this imbalance, you would expect the retracement to come back to maybe consequent encroachment of this wick, and then continue up to take out the buy side. But we're continuing down, right? So it's looking more bearish than it was earlier in the week. So this move is looking like the manipulation coming up. That's looking like the manipulation. We won't know until the close, but that's an explanation of what this kind of stuff that you have to have in your mind. Let's go back to the PSA. This is the kind of stuff you have to have in your mind when you're watching price. Because yesterday, let's go to yesterday, right? Let's go to yesterday. Right? We're going to go to yesterday, and we're going to go to 15-minute candles, and we're going to go to the end of day. No, wrong thing. This right there. Okay. So yesterday we were trading. Here's a key. Here's a key. I've said this a lot of times, but I haven't said it in this way. And I was watching a podcast with Riz. It was two people. I knew two people on the podcast. The other two people, I didn't know them. I've heard of their names, but I've never seen them speak before. But one of the gentlemen on there, he said something that I say it all the time, but I don't say it this way. And it was very clear. And I said, I'm going to share it with the gang in case they never heard it like this. He said, only keep your weekly and daily PD arrays on your chart. Them the only PD arrays you should keep on your chart. And then when you see how the lower time frames PD arrays align with the daily and the weekly, that's when it's going to help you with your trade entries and exits. Something to that effect. That ain't exactly how he said it, but it's the same thing as I said when I say be aware of the higher time frame. I'd be like, bring your higher time frame PD arrays down with you. Now, I don't say only keep the higher time frame PD arrays. I say bring them down with you so that you know this is a daily level, this is a weekly level, this is it. And when price gets to those levels, right? When I say you want to see how price reacts there, that means you want to see what PD arrays start to form at that higher time frame PD array. You want to see if price reacts with a rejection. You want to see if price reacts with displacement and go through it. It's telling you a story, right? This is the stuff that you have to have in your head that your mentor or your favorite trader just copying their trade is not going to help you. You need to, that's why when people ask me stuff, I give them this long dissertation because it take a whole lot more thought than you think it does to decide to push that button right there at that price. So yesterday, look, this is yesterday's price action. This is the daily high, right? That's the daily high. Let's go back to the mentee homework. Wednesday at 6 p.m. This is the open. This is the high. And at this time, this is the lowest point right here. All right. So, top of the morning, V, Sanjay, Slim, Lump, Thomas, Seawalk, E-Rock, Michelle Tucker. What's happening? So, looking at this right here, at this point right there, if you don't understand how candles are formed, how, you know, how price typically moves, you will get sucked in. You don't know how price moves at certain times. You'll get sucked in and get because looking at this, right? You see, we opened the day here. We went up there, okay? And we came down here, right? What are we talking about? Power of three. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? Now, what's the very important part of that, right? The close. Where are you going to close? How are you going to close? At this point, it's looking like a bearish power 3-day, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Okay? Now, the close is going to be at or near the low. Okay? But what have we come into right here? That's a weekly open. That's a weekly important level. Remember the data points, the big four, the major four data points from the mentorship video? That's a weekly open. We're forming a daily candle right now. We're coming into a weekly level, right? What time are we coming into this weekly level? This right here, 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, we're coming into that level. What happens from 250 to 310? Right? There's something that happens from 250 to 310. Right? Let's go to 5-minute candles. If you can't see what that says macro window. Boom. So from 250 to 310, the algorithm is programmed to do what? Attack liquidity or attack an imbalance. From 250 to 310, what do? We attacked sell side liquidity. Okay, we attack sell side liquidity. Where do we attack this sell side liquidity at? At the weekly open. That's a higher time frame PDub. So right here at this point, I said, I no longer want to go short to try to get this low down here, right? I no longer want to go short to try to get this low down here. Why? Because price has attacked the liquidity on this daily candle that we're creating. This is our open. This is our high. We accumulate it. We manipulate it. We have distributed. Right? We have distributed. Came below this low right here. Came into this fair value gap right over here. Let's mark that out. Okay. Where is that sell side? That sell side aligns with the consequent encroachment of this 5-minute PSA, right? A 5-minute PSA that aligns with the weekly open. So we have a higher time frame weekly open that's coming into alignment with a 5-minute time frame fair value gap that's coming in alignment with a macro window that's coming in alignment with attacking sell side, right? Going into the last hour of the day when we have been all down. The entire day, we started here, manipulated, and from 7:15 in the morning until 3, it's been all down. Where are we right now in the range? We are in a deep discount. Deep discount. We are in a deep discount. All right. Where do we sell? We sell in the premium. Where do we buy? We buy in a discount. For the day, we're in a deep discount. For the last leg from the macro window, we're in a deep discount. Where do we buy? Where do we sell? So you're in a discount. You have a lower time frame PDub that's magically aligned. A swing low, consequent encroachment of a 5-minute fair value gap, macro window attacking this low right at a higher time frame key point. If you don't understand all of that, what I just said, you may have been looking too short right here because we've been going down all day. So we're going to keep going down. But what does price do? Completes the fair value gap, creates a low. All right, let's go back over and see what else is over here. There's another fair value gap there. All right. Came down. Wick below, didn't fill that fair value gap. Came back. Took out, what's that right there? That right there, my friend, would be a break in market structure. Right there. What makes that a break in market structure? Right? Came down to a low, made a high. That high came down, took out that low, right? Hit a fair value gap right at a higher time frame key level, the weekly open right there. See how we consolidated right there, the weekly open. Came down, hit that fair value gap, pushed up, got a break in market structure. All of this is happening at a higher time frame key price. Right? So what does that tell you? We've attacked the sell side. So now it's fine, 3 o'clock. Everything. This is right there. We already got 3 o'clock marked out. So this is the 3 o'clock candle. So the 3 o'clock candle opened right here. Right? We came down and we still inside the macro window. Right? Complete in the macro window. This right here is the last candle in the macro window. Boom. The macro is done. At the close of this candle, the macro window is closed now. Right? We completed the job. So now this is a 3 o'clock candle. Right? So what's another term? What's another thing that we call consolidation? Accumulation. Right? Remember I said we made a low and we went up and made that high right there? Accumulation. What is this drop right here? Wouldn't that be called manipulation? We manipulate below the low right here. Manipulation. Then what are we looking for now? Right? 3. Let's go to, so up here, we're looking for distribution. And then we're looking for a closure at or near the high. Right? I don't know how it's going to play out, but let's play it forward. So this is 340. Now let's go over to the end. 350. 355. Right there. That's the last candle right there. So at the close of this candle right here, right there, see that there? And what do we do right here? What do we do right there? What is that? That is buy side liquidity. And this is sell side liquidity. From when that 3 o'clock candle, the 3 o'clock candle opened right there. 3 o'clock candle opened right here. Right there. We came down. This was the sell side that got attacked when the macro was running. This was the sell side that got attacked during this 3 o'clock accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Right. So if you didn't understand everything that I said before we got to this point, you may have been a person that was looking to continue short right here. You may have been looking to continue short right there. Why? Because you don't understand that the power of 3 for the day was accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and closing at or near the low. That's the New York close right there. So open right there. Now, since we talk about New York, let's put it in context of just New York time. Meaning like because everything runs off the Eastern time. So let's go to the beginning of the New York Eastern time day. That would be midnight here. Same thing. Still plays out. Still plays out. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, then closing at the New York close right here. Right there. Closing at or near the low. But if you don't understand all of this, your favorite trader saying, oh, I saw a 5-minute break in market structure on the 340 candle, and I dropped down to a 1-minute chart and I entered off of the breaker. It retraced back down to the breaker and I took the entry long. So now, every day at 3 o'clock, you're looking for a 5-minute break in market structure and a retrace back to the breaker. And then you get slapped upside your head and you're like, man, it worked for Tim. Why it's not working for me? Because you didn't have the understanding on this day that we were in a bearish power of 3 day. We came to a 250 macro and we accomplished a mission at a weekly open. Then we accumulated, manipulated, and got a break in market structure at a weekly key point. If you don't understand all that, you don't know that's the reason behind trusting this setup right here. So that's the end of the PSA. Hopefully me going through this right here helps somebody. It turned into a teaching moment. We put up in price reading, tape reading, but it turned into a teachable moment. I just deleted a whole lot of stuff that I probably didn't want to delete. I don't know what I'm supposed to take off and what I'm not supposed to take off. I'm gonna put so much stuff up here. All right, let's go back and see what price doing. We hit that sell side. We hit the sell side. We hit a clue. I could delete this stuff up here. Oh, not that. That's the midnight. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a 15-minute. We respected that consequent encroachment on the 15-minute. Right there. That's when we dropped. Look at the 60-minute for a second. Okay, 60-minute. We've dipped into on the 10 o'clock candle. We came down and went into the sell side that we had marked out earlier when we first came in. Dipped into the sell side. Nothing in price is an accident. Nothing. See that little gold box right there from 950? That's why we tune in. We know every session gonna be a teaching session. Shout out Lump in the building. Shout out, love it. What you say, E-Rock? Thank you, Tim. Even though we didn't tape read, the teachable moments are always helpful regardless. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Seawalk. Amp J Brown. Is that my uncle? Oh, it's my nephew. Is that my uncle? Or my nephew? Is that my nephew? Amp J Brown. Amp. My nephew named Anthony. That's got to be my nephew. Yeah, that's got to be my nephew. Yeah, that's him. Okay. What's up, nephew? What's up, Laverne? Yeah, but you see that window right there? That window right there is the macro window. Right? What did we just what did I just say? Somebody who in the Hef? I see you in the Discordia. Hef, unmute. Either Hef unmute or somebody pull up and put the link in the chat. Hef, what did I just say about the macro window? What does the algo do during the macro time? It's coded to do two things. What does it do?
Search for an imbalance, take out liquidity.
Search for an imbalance or take out liquidity. If y'all couldn't hear Hef, that's what he said. Search for it. And from 950 to 1010, what did price do? It attacked the liquidity that we had marked out when we first started talking. Nothing in price is by accident. It's all by design. If you know, what's up, Kiki? You better get my cookies. Shout out my little sister Kiki. If y'all want to learn how to trade from a female who know what she's talking about, hit up my little sister Kiki. She Profit Sniper on Twitter, on the Bird app. She be doing a thing. If you want to buy cookies from her, however, do not fool with it. Support black business, they say. if you want anything, support black business. Don't nothing. Shout out my little sister Kiki. Not to be confused with Kiki Palmer. This the real Kiki. Yeah. Kiki do a thing. She just a conglomerate of different things. She got support and resistance. She got ICT. She got all kind of. She mainly support. I know her for doing support and resistance I know her for talking about the M's and the W's, you know what I'm saying? But support and resistance queen right there. Levels be leveling. Levels be leveling. That's one of the people who I really got locked. Her and Jason Sweetie, her and Jada Trader, they got me locked in on levels, on level trading. And then, you know, once I started doing ICT stuff, I left everything else behind and I only do ICT concepts now. But Kiki, if you're still in here, I still want my cookies. In word, I want my cookies. But the macro window, as y'all see, I'm just a dude from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, man. I didn't make this market. I didn't make this market. I just, matter of fact, the series, I like everybody may not know. Few people do know. I've been telling people. I was secretly doing a video series. I was secretly doing a video series, and I started back in February, on February the 8th. I started on February the 8th. Playlist. It's called My Funded Journey, Apex 25K. I started on February the 8th, and the purpose of this video series was to give people, initially, the series is done now. I recorded the last video this morning. I don't know if I'm done with it yet. I've been flirting with like maybe doing like an ending part on another day before I launch the series. But initially it's taking a 25K valuation, buying it, passing it. Once you pass it, set up the PA account. I got a couple of trade breakdowns in there. What it was going to be, I was going to document every trade. That became too tedious very quick. So what I did, I turned it into a more realistic journey for people to get an understanding of what it takes to take a challenge with Apex, pass it. You know, I didn't do the 1 day pass. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do the 1 day pass. I did the full 7-day pass. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like the 1 day pass, that's the specials that they be running. I did the full. I took the time to do it, you know what I'm saying, over time. Then the getting in the PA, and I started doing like a realistic approach to it. So I got a trade breakdown in there. I got one about saving mental capital in there. I got one about sticking to the rules in there. I got one about trailing drawdown, something can't remember what this is about. I got one in there when I had a bad day. I spiraled one day. I went in there talking about me spiraling. That was the last one I just did, me spiraling. And then today I recorded the video for when I went in and requested the payout for this account right here. And so now the series is complete now. I'm going to release it. I don't know if I'm going to release it. Like I say, I was going to release it today, but as I was recording the request to payout video, I said, you may have the haters that say, so I was going to wait until the money hit my account so that I can show that the money hit my account in the end of the video and then release it. I still ain't decided yet, but coming soon. And we are pushing back up to the weekly open. We've come back up to the weekly open on the 5-minute. 60 minutes. The only imbalance we got on the 60-minute right now is above midnight, all the way up here. That would be a hefty retracement with this huge candle down, a retracement all the way back up there. Would not be very algorithmic. That would be very chop suey. Let's go to the 15-minute. 15-minute, we do have a imbalance here. So the 15-minute, we have an imbalance that could potentially support more lower price, and that would be algorithmic. We're not trying to predict what price is doing. We're just reading the tape right now. So that would be algorithmic and not manipulative and not seek and destroy, because we look at the range from this drop. Let's go to the high, to the low. That 15-minute is in the premium, right? And that 15-minute has back-to-back fair value gaps. So what you would want in this case right here, since we came down and took out the sell side there, let's just go. Yeah, we'll go there. We could go here too, but we'll go there, right? Since we came down and took out the sell side, we got these back-to-back fair value gaps like that. When you got back-to-back fair value gaps like that and you took out liquidity, you don't want to see this bottom fair value gap. In this case, it will be the top in a bullish case. You want that to hold at all costs. Why? Because you're anticipating this top fair value gap. It will be the bottom in the case of bullishness. You're anticipating this to be a breakaway gap, right? You want that to be a breakaway gap. Case in point, right here. Look higher. Look at God, how God just puts it in there. Look higher right here. You see how we came down here and sold below this short-term low right there and created two fair value gaps right there? See how this first one held? I mean, this bottom one held and this top one stayed a breakaway gap. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what you want to see. So we came here. We have an order block here. We come down and we break the low, right? And create a fair value gap while breaking the low right there. So now you want to see this act as a breakaway gap. You don't want this to fill. You really want this to stay below 50% of this if it's extremely bearish. But if it's not extremely bearish, you're willing to take it back up to the breaker right here. If it's not super bearish, you're willing to take it back up to the breaker, but you want this to stay open. Either not touched at all, institutional order flow, entry drill, respect 50%. You don't want it to go all the way through this imbalance right here if it's extremely bearish. But we're not trying to call anything. We're just watching price. That's the kind of stuff that you have to have in your head when you are thinking about, what's up, Wiki Wacky? What's up, Wiki Wacky? Wiki Wacky? Blessings to you. Blessings to you and your family. Hey, man. I think that's it. Good morning, mommy. I think that's all I got, man. I've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes. I think that's all I got. Do anybody got anything for me? Anybody got any questions? Anybody in the Discord got any questions? Sanjay, Hef, y'all got any questions? Anybody got any questions on the tube? I'll put the link I'll put the link in the chat real quick. I'll put the link in the chat if anybody got a question and want to pull up on the stage. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. If anybody want to pull up and ask a question, I'll wait around for another minute or two. And if not, we'll call it. But these people know they go, but they be spamming, trying to get me to buy these old mugshot pictures of my son. My son took a straight mugshot picture. I don't know if y'all can see that. That boy took a straight mugshot picture. Look at this here. That boy took a straight mugshot picture. Talk about Shamrock Savings. That was back at the beginning of the year, I think. Because his hair real red on there. Yeah, that was back at the beginning of the school year. Tasha! Tell Snoopy I said. Tasha, I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. All right. I don't see nothing. We're going to go ahead and call it. Kiki, if you still on here, I want my cookies, N-word. I want my cookies. Rhonda, I don't know if Rhonda on here. Rhonda, if you decide to go in and make the notes again, me and everybody else that be watching the videos, thank you. Shout out Rhonda. Rhonda B, she be putting the notes in the chat. I never remember questioning until after the live. Hey, my little brother be the same way. My little brother be calling me, man, I was going to ask this, but I ain't want to pull up. I ain't want to say this, whatever. Yeah, Rhonda. I appreciate you, Rhonda. I appreciate you. That's it, man. That's it. What's the date? Friday the 15th. Rhonda, Starbucks on me today. Starbucks on me today, Rhonda. Hit me up. Hit me up later. Hit me up later. Hit me up later. Starbucks on me. Hey, that's it, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Like I say, we were supposed to be tape reading, but I felt like the PSA was more important than the tape reading. Hopefully the PSA helped somebody. Hopefully the spontaneous lesson helped somebody. If it didn't, I promise you, I'll do my best the next time to try to help you get that aha moment. Because I'm just due Fort Lauderdale, Florida, man. I learned a skill that changed my life. And I get out here on Al Gore's internet and share it with as many people as possible. Because I want everybody to get a taste of this good eating over here in every way. Hey, man. Until the next time I decide to pop up on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts on this thing we call price action. Y'all be safe out in these trading streets. It's your boy, Haranya Grande, a.k.a. Big Spider. Yeah, man. I'm gone, man.